welcome everyone to what is some form of Club Baroness, including several of the people that we're going to be insulting tonight. Joining me, we have, I can't see the list. What? Come back, Discord. Discord. There's too many of you for me to remember off the top of my head. We have Ghost Dr. Matt. You should say hello.
Hey,
IcePhoenix.
I just got to the stream.
IcePhoenix. Toph.
Yo.
Pippo.
What's up?
ShyGuy. And Sam.
Hello.
SurrealSam. All right. So you guys asked you wanted to do some sort of show rating the new players. We've made a dubious spreadsheet here. We're having quite a bit of fun with adding emojis to the emoji tier now. So I'll let you guys take the reins since this was your thing that you guys had going. So
Yeah.
tell me what you're wanting to do, and we'll get started, and we'll see if we can wrap it up in a reasonable amount of time, less than 4 hours.
Yeah, no.
Sam
and I
4
were-
hours. I don't know if it's
I don't know about
for
that.
me. Yeah. We're gonna
Sam
need
and
more
I, Sam and I were looking at the list of active players, and we were going around to see like who was in what tier. Because he'd asked me to be like, what's your top 10 list of new players or whatever.
I think
So I
Toph
figured
asked for
we
the
just-
top 10, and I was like,
Yeah,
are there
he
even
did.
more than 10 new players at this point?
And
But there
as
are.
it
We
turns
found
out-
23 of them.
We did.
There are
So now-
some more too that didn't get added
Hey,
to the list, but
Toph, you made top 23.
we'll send them. Your medal will be in the mail.
Yep. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go down the list and sort of I just rank them based off of. I mean, the most we have to go off is probably tournament experience, but also just like circumstantial stuff based on how we've played with them and stuff like that.
Now I do want to ask real quick. Do we want to do like a ranked thing, or is it if you're an S tier, they're all an S tier, or like you can maybe say a distinction when you place them, but maybe this person and this person are both kind of like number one
On
right?
par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go full on rankings, you could do full on rankings and add numbers to it. But
Okay.
I don't think we need to for this though. I think
a
this
tier
just,
list
like-
is usually like these 4 or 5 people
Roughly
are all
the
in
same.
the same tier.
This is gonna
Okay.
guide the trajectory of my Phantom Dust career, so please take it
So
extremely
to just like start it out,
seriously.
Should
Just
we
start
start
it
at the
out.
bottom of the list
Okay.
and not with the people in the
I
call?
got this.
The college
Let me
scouts
start
are
this out.
watching this. If the college scouts don't like where you're placed, you're not going to get the scholarship. So
Yeah, start
All
with,
right,
the,
here's
start
the
with the
important
people
thing.
not on the call. So
I'm just gonna
people
put
don't
in
get
one name
salty
right now and just like sort of
yeah.
establish what we're gonna do after that. So here we go. That one's already pretty clear, pretty obvious. And now we just have to pick someone else.
Yep. Yeah, that's all we had to do.
Can we add a tier in column F just for IcePhoenix?
No.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can arrange that one actually.
Where is
There we go.
IcePhoenix on the list? There he is.
I'm up
He
here.
just-
I'm at
Can we
S tier. Can you see it? I'm
actually
right
be a little bit serious about this? I do want this to be a legit discussion at some point.
there. All right. Well, then
All right.
legit. I already know
Legit
who's here.
discussion starts
yeah,
now.
right after
Now.
this one.
I don't disagree with that placement actually.
Well, yeah, that's why I put you there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, who's
Honestly,
moving this
I'd
around?
say Pippo there. Toph, I've only played like once or twice, but I think he's like slightly worse
This
than you.
is so unhinged, dude. We can go down the list and we'll all get our thoughts.
Let's
Okay.
just start at the bottom and stop
Yeah.
placing your own names where you want to be.
I didn't put my name there.
I didn't put my
but-
name there.
All right.
It's gone.
I-
Look, do you see it?
We will start with Terror Taste.
We will.
Maybe you
Oh,
should have made
okay.
it view access only for certain people. Bregan.
Yeah. Or just
I-
like DM
I-
it to us.
It's all good. It's
I
all
have
good, I'm
some
sure.
experience with Terror. So when the guilds got launched, I joined 2LA, which never really ever did anything despite me trying to get us to play together. Terror was the most active, but he also didn't ever like show any like real skill in the game. So I don't know if he's changed since then, but
think
I'd
I've-
probably put him in like C if he's gotten better. If he hasn't, then he's a little lower than that.
I played him like
Disagree? Anybody?
twice or 3 times or so. I think he's also C, but it's been a while since I've played him, so he might be better now.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, it's
He's
a pretty
awesome.
fair
Awesome
placement.
guy though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude's a trooper. Well, I mean,
I have to
that's it.
say, anyone who's willing to even just show up to the tournaments, that's appreciated for the community in the first
True.
place.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
regardless of how you play, like the fact that there's still a community out there and people are still showing up, like I want to encourage that. So
For sure. Yeah.
All
He
right.
is down to clown though. He
I've
plays some
played
funny stuff.
I've played Jesse. I think Jesse is also like slightly worse than Pippo.
Damn, I'm the gatekeeper now. Of,
Oh,
Well, yeah, I think Pippo is probably like mid B tier ish, maybe a little higher. And I feel like a lot of people are just like,
gatekeeper tier.
yeah,
I think
I think he is.
Jesse's like maybe top of seems all right. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I honestly, I think Jesse has put in work, especially over the past few tournaments, has put in work into really refining down his gameplay, especially in teams.
I
Like
haven't
when
played with
XGen
them in
came
quite a
around,
while, so maybe I'm just behind the times.
the thing that got me like interested, it was their communication. Like they pretty much communicate everything to their partner, and especially that's why I gave like Jesse and Shimbly when we were doing the predictions for XGen, the sort of dark horse thing, because I thought their synergy was completely there and their communication was up there. So I think on those fronts, I think he's really good. On tech play, he's fine. Nothing that I've seen like super spectacular stuff from, but something that can definitely surprise you.
All right. You think we should put him low B tier or high C tier? What do you think?
I think that's the range. I just don't know which tier specifically. Depends
That sounded high C to me.
We can just vote.
Yeah.
Seems high C to me as well.
Okay.
I see it
I
is.
see. Yeah.
We can just
There we
vote.
go.
Say whether or not it's B or C. So, Ghost Doctor Matt, vote on Jesse, B or C.
C.
IcePhoenix,
Probably C. I see.
2 for C. Toph.
Toph is MIA.
Toph's opinion still not relevant. Pippo.
I'll give it C.
Sam.
I don't think my vote matters at this point, but I'm saying C as well. I think he's top of C right now. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him be active recently, unless there's just like a time zone difference between us.
Who messed up my cells?
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
Chick
On the
Room.
chick room.
Is he just a meme these days? I haven't played with him in weeks.
Me
I think
neither.
Chikram's pretty solidly in the like B tier.
From hearsay, I would put him in B tier, but I've literally never been able to get a game with him, either for
Me
connection
neither.
issues or for time
Yeah.
zone issues.
If Jesse is top of C tier, if that's how we're defining it, I think Chikram's better than Jesse.
Yeah.
So I think that he definitely deserves to get into the B tier.
I remember Chickram being mechanically good before
Yeah.
that last tournament had even started, but then he didn't enter it, and I haven't really played with him since before that tournament, so I can't really place him currently.
That's fair. Is he still slaying veterans?
Did he though?
Did he ever? I'm not sure. This is again just circumstantial.
So we want to say top of B tier then,
For now.
right?
Well, B, not
He'll
necessarily
be B,
top.
and then we
Well,
can nudge him down potentially, or just
Okay.
leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a connection tier list next.
Yeah.
All right. How about Cringe Dark Fates?
Cringe dark.
I think he's pretty unanimously going to be in the first column.
For sure. Easily one of the best new players I've come across. Like, I don't think that's debatable in the slightest.
Okay. Anybody who wants to argue for lower than that?
Did we want to have an S and A split, or do you just want to have them together?
I mean,
Let's see who we wind up with.
I guess
Yeah,
I guess
then
we
we
could
can differentiate from
have a brief meta discussion. Do you want to say like S tier for a new player? Because I was doing the top
These
tier
aren't
as like
these aren't
we
true.
we were
Because-
talking about this beforehand.
because
Like
the
what
way
the scale is.
I was looking at it as like a future A to S tier. Because I think there's a couple players that fit in that they'll either end up in A tier or maybe push to S.
I kind of like the way it is right now, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Zamigzy.
See, now this is a player where if we had an AS split, I would put them in A.
Right.
I don't think they would make the S.
Well, it's future A to S tier.
So if you think they can like hang with some of the best players that we have.
Well, it doesn't mean they have to hang with them right now, but that in the future they
In the
will either end
future.
up as a full-on A tier player or
Okay, so we're
potentially
doing
crack S.
speculative versus where we're at right now. It's kind of like
Well,
the discussion.
I mean, it's still right now, but also speculative. Like once they hit long enough experience-wise, where they'll finally land as well.
Yeah, because I think like the most outstanding thing that Zemixi does is like community engagement.
Yeah.
And then after that would be gameplay.
Damn, son, did you just say she has a good
Interesting.
personality?
Yeah. Trying to be a little bit nicer than that, but yeah. No, Zemixi's like a very reasonable player. That's why I said A tier. Like I'm putting Zemixi above Chikram, and people have like acknowledged that Chikram's like a decent player.
Yeah.
So I would
Do you
definitely-
think Zemixi's good enough that she will make as an A tier player or possibly even S?
If she keeps consistently playing, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't see any reason why not. I mean, who knows what the future will hold?
Yeah. I think the potential's there, definitely.
Okay,
So
next up is Lone Cabin.
So I had a
it's-
question mark tier on my original draft of this, and that was for people that either I just haven't played with or people that are possibly inactive.
Yeah, I was gonna say I played some with Lone Cabin, but it's been a long time.
Same.
Been like a month or two.
About how long we've been playing the game, yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty much like week 1 in the new players tourney, and then afterwards, not
he
much
had
else.
signed up for the X Gen, and then he had to pull out at the last second, and RTS took his place.
Right. Yeah.
Because he was going to play with Mario.
So are we adding the question mark tier?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I guess.
yeah.
It's new.
Yeah, we can do that.
Whoops. X V. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So then I guess next on the list is Legacy.
Ice, did you add Legacy? No, Ice, did you add that?
Yeah, it's Legacy. Remember?
No, I'm
I guess
aware of who
technically
Legacy
it's-
was.
Technically, it's that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, we had the what's it called? We had the list set up in such a way that.
Well, we just had somebody new pop in the call. We got to add them in here too.
That's Satanama?
Satanama. I guess we are.
Yeah,
just
Satan
adding-
Amma.
I mean, I think we're looking at something like. Whoop, hold up.
Satan, ask me anything.
I think we're looking somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Down to Clown for Legacy and Satanama.
Yeah, these are like
'cause-
perennial, like battle royale, like just going ham.
Yeah. They're putting in time though, honestly.
Yeah, no, like they're always in the LFG chat. They're always like active, and that's great to see that there's still people in there.
They're having
Yeah.
the most fun. It sounds.
They really are.
True.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you get up,
I don't have fun playing this game.
yeah, when you get too good at things, it's not fun anymore, right?
Yeah.
All right. What
It's
about
like-
Toffee?
I was talking to Sam before this. S tier caster, 100% S tier caster. That's most of my exposure to them. I don't think I've played a game with Toffee as of yet.
I have not played a game with Toffee either.
Toffee. What are they? Where are they? Is there like a post? I think I might recognize them by their by like their image. I think I played Toffee at one point.
It
You can
looks like a
type
piece
Toffee
of
in the top
toffee
of
with
Yeah, you can search up the user.
eyes.
Yeah,
on it.
just
Yeah.
go to the Discord and type in search user Toffee.
Oh, Sad Toffee.
Yeah.
No, I never played them. Never mind. Oh,
I mean, they are still active in the Discord, so I wouldn't call them AWOL tier, but like,
They're not AWOL tier, but it's like in a play sense. I don't think I've really played games. I think it was
me neither.
all tournament prep and then the tournament, and that was it. As far as what I see, they're not picking up random pickup games.
oh,
I don't know.
by the way, you guys might not know this, but there were 4 people that were like super new. I introduced them to the game like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we didn't
So-
include super new people because we weren't really sure where to put them. They're just so
These
fresh.
are people
like,
that have
it's-
been active for an
For a
extended
while,
period of
yeah.
time. I'd
Yeah,
say.
all right.
Yeah, like I mean, I would also like, for example, I think Satanama is on like the fresher side as well. So that's like why there were certain names that weren't included because they were Too new to
Yeah.
be determined. It's like a TBD kind of.
I'm pretty sure
exclusion.
Satana only started playing like 3 months ago or so. I think I
No,
played
dude,
against them.
3 months ago is like all
Like
of
three
us.
3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Geez, that
Oh.
makes
3
them a
weeks.
mewling babe against the rest of you who've been playing for 4 months.
Whoa.
Pippo, do you remember how long I've been playing for? I think I've been
Nope.
playing the same amount as you.
No. That is I distinctly remember you being after the first new player tournament.
The first,
be
no,
wrong.
I was there.
Were you in it?
No, I decided not to join it, but I was there before it.
Let's see. That was
All right. So
17th.
does Bregan? Did you? I mean, because Satofi participated in some of the tournaments. Do you remember their tournament footage, like
Oh yeah, same time.
how they performed?
I know they got clowned in round 1 of the new players tourney, but I remember they had trouble. Like they were like in a room with Chikram or something. It was like him and Nui both got clowned by Chikram, and then they had a bad first round too, or something. I don't remember. I think I may have
Got it.
played with them once. I know there's a meme about them using Dazzle a lot. I don't know.
I think maybe it's a seems alright situation then.
That would be my best guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them like bad enough that you're like, oh yeah, they're just fodder. Like it seems like they could hold their own in a room, but I don't know that they have shown anything impressive gameplay wise yet.
No.
Yeah, I tried to include like E2000 is someone I've never played with either, but they are in the current tournament, the ongoing draft tournament, as like an alternate. So I figured that was enough to like get them on the list for a new player.
Not only that, but the tournament experience they have shown with Fizna in the X Gen. I mean, their matchups were a bit unfortunate, but the play they showed wasn't of someone who was completely new. They definitely look like they know what they're doing, at least in game sense. Especially ETD. I don't know much more about Fizna, but I've seen that of ETD.
All right, so where do we place them?
Put them maybe at the top of Down to Clown or like at the bottom of Seems Alright. Again, not like definitely about the people who are brand new.
Still a little raw,
But-
but like showing some like refinement.
Yeah. That's my assessment of it, at least. I don't know if anyone else has a bit more experience with them.
Anybody want to give a more finite answer rather than quoting 3 different tiers?
Somewhere in the A to F tier, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, somewhere on the tier list.
Of all the players on this list, they are one of them.
I mean, we have
Yep.
like half the community in this chat room. Has no one played with them?
I have
believe
no
I've played with them like
experience
once.
I might have, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe do bottom of C.
Yeah, conservative seems all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
We got
see. Shinbly. Oh.
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 I think Shinbly has shown decent improvement, and also like tournament prep.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking probably above Jesse, and this seems all right, right?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Shinbly straight up carried like an entire Palace game against Eaton Blazy.
Wow, I did not.
Wow.
I don't
Wait,
remember
I didn't
that.
know that. That's
what
crazy.
match is this? Hold on.
There was like a tiebreaker around that 8th, 9th, 10th, and they played a series versus Eaton Blazy, and
Oh yeah.
it got memed on by everybody because Jesse fed his nuts off really bad, and people were making fun of him for it. So I'm surprised nobody else knows it. He clearly got in his head and he wasn't playing well, but Shimbly like 1v2'd and won a Palace map
Damn.
against Eaton Blazy.
Fascinating.
That is crazy.
Maybe
I
we
was
go bottom of
impressed.
B tier then.
I was impressed with Shimbly. I would not put them in.
I played Chimply a lot. From what I remember, they were also like just slightly worse than Pippo. But if they're doing that, then I think they might be better
They're
than Pippo.
also newer than most of the other new crowd too.
True. Yeah.
I think Shimbly has been playing for a little bit after how long I was playing. I think.
Yeah, I would at least put them in B.
Yeah, I think B.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I gotta watch back that game. That sounds really hype.
Yeah. I want to watch that too.
All right.
Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. Anklemus.
All right. Anklemus, hot take. I actually think Anklemus should be in B tier.
B tier.
I agree with that.
So so in tournament prep before the X Gen thing, they were playing with Daddy Girl, and
Yes.
Xanxus and I played against Ankylomus and Daddy Girl, and
Why do you have to say that
while
on my
it was
stream multiple times?
we can refer to them as DG. Anyways, so obviously it's Xanxus, right? Just gonna steamroll people, but they actually were putting up some resistance, which is saying something, for like a double new team. And they were even trying to like jump Frightens and like actually had some like game knowledge. So I'm putting Inclemus in B tier.
Can anybody corroborate this theory, or does this madman stand alone?
I kind of saw the opposite on my end.
There were some flubs for sure, but I think there's potential there.
I
There's
just
potential,
remember
but I don't think
the
potential's
only
enough for
time I've
B
had
tier.
any like direct contact or watched, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to fight as much as I did to get Shimbly in B tier, I don't think Anklemus
All
makes
right, all
B
right.
tier.
The
I'm not.
biggest
This
thing
isn't the hill I'm
too,
gonna die on, but that was my hot take for the
the
podcast.
my experience with their performance is the game they played against Blazy and Eat, where Blazy and Eat basically just erased their entire hand and deck in front of them, and they were doing nothing about it, pretty
Just
much.
completely impotent. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, obviously that could be an outlier, right? If you're not expecting people to bring heavier races that have been basically bringing Nature Faith the whole rest of the time. But I didn't like that showing, I would say. It was kind of hard to watch. And I don't blame them for getting tilted afterwards. Like that's a rough run, tournament wise. I think you're right that they have potential, but I don't know if that potential is enough to put them in B tier.
That's fair. There was a lot of coordination with DG, as it were. They definitely had like some comms going. I heard it like in the lobbies, like. But this isn't the hill I'm gonna die on. They're fine in C tier.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Pakov
Pakov.
Sleppy.
I think we're.
It's finally been established, by the way. It is Pakov. It's not Paco or whatever else. He's like Serbian or something, right?
Yeah.
So it is Pakov. I
put the V on there.
Full on wrong before, because I kept calling him Paco because I'm used to that being like, you know, a Hispanic nickname, and nope, it's Pakov. It's established.
Yep.
I think
It's
Pakov
established.
is solidly in B tier.
I would put him there. Yeah.
Okay, if Anklemus isn't getting in, Pakov is. Like that's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
no,
with this.
100%. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he falls kind of in between, like maybe top of C tier kind of thing. Like he can play at a B tier, but I feel like sometimes he either picks bad arsenals or he just has like some odd bad positioning errors.
That's the thing I've noticed about him is that he plays a lot of games too aggressive. Like he'll either like bring skills with like a low aura count that he's not particularly equipped to deal with an opponent. I think there was a game in the tournament run where he just like tried to run with just a Gehenna and then left his opponent kind of to die.
Oh, the Cosmo special.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I think in recent times he's been getting a lot more conservative, which is good. And I know Jesse in his cast of one of the other games that just happened was telling him that he needs to dig more. And I'm like, that's kind of the antithesis. But I think he does play at a solid like high C, low B level.
How's this look
so,
right here?
I think you need to move the C to the B side. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely more B than C in my opinion. But I'd put him at the top of C.
There we go. Do it like that. All right. Next up is ShyGuy. Public humiliation time. Let's go.
Let's the first
First
person
one-
we've come across. First person we've come across that's in the call. So let's let ShyGuy tell us what they think they are.
ShyGuy, convince me you're not an emoji tier.
Oh, no. Are you there?
That's a solid argument.
Oh, no, they are here.
Oh, I see blinking lights, but I don't hear words.
Yeah, the thing about ShyGuy is there's not usually communication with his teammates.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or everyone in game room 1.
I'm pretty sure ShyGuy probably is AFK, but like there's some background noise.
Sorry, I was playing a match.
There you are.
It sounds like we woke them up.
I thought I thought it was.
I'm
The
gonna
classic
lose
Shy
it.
Guy special where they just cut out all the time.
I think somebody needs to you got to go into your settings and turn off the thing where it auto detects mic. Just turn it off.
Oh, true.
Okay.
Just get up.
Yeah, the
nice right
automatically
into
determine input sensitivity. Yeah, just turn it off. Because I think it cuts you off a lot.
I'll wait for Shy Guy to give
The auto
their.
sensitivity thing. All right. I
Okay.
think I turned it off.
Now-
Auto
Better.
sensitivity, right?
Yes, and now you're going to convince me that you're not an emoji tier.
Honestly,
So-
changing that setting is going to improve your rating immediately.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Honestly,
sign.
Honestly, I don't think I really 100% can. Because I've had days where I'm playing well. I even do some things that are a bit advanced for a newbie, I guess. Where other days I just play like an absolute shitter. Did you see that first round of that draft match? It was awful. I don't blame anyone for thinking that I'm bad, but
Oh, I
But
haven't
you
even
know
seen the
what?
match. That's just the
I
line I'm going to use with everybody is to convince me they're not an emoji tier.
Yeah, you work your way up from there. You gotta negotiate upwards.
Yeah, you can only go up.
Yeah, this is not just a line I'm going to use on you. That's for everybody that's in the call.
Okay.
Honestly, there's no need for me to even explain myself. My skill just kind of speaks for itself. You know how it is.
Man, you're just digging your grave deeper into emoji tier.
We'll see.
The less context you give, the more likely we are to put you there.
All right. Hot topic of
We'll have my
conversation.
debate later.
Oh,
Who is the king of emoji tier? IcePhoenix or Cosmo? Who is the
No,
king
no,
of
no,
young
no.
shit
Cosmo.
pile?
No.
I don't. I'd give it to Cosmo. I
Who's the
think.
king
gotta
of
be
young shit
Cosmo.
pile?
It's gonna be Cosmo. First off, but
Listen-
second off, we'll do me later once we do everyone else.
Listen
Yeah,
to that,
want me to
Phoenix.
be
You're
Before
not
probably
Pippo
even
and
the
Ghost Doctor.
listen to that, Phoenix. You're not even the best at being the worst. Jeez.
That's true. Cosmo is the best at
All
being
right,
the
let's
worst.
get a legitimate ranking for Shy Guy though, and then so we can move on.
I do think they can be put in C tier.
Yeah, I think C
I've
tier is
played
very
Shy Guy a
reasonable.
lot. They're C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have thought that I was gonna be C tier too.
Yeah.
There's like they were saying, fluctuations in skill. There's days where it's down to clown. There's days where it looks like a B tier player.
Yeah, I've played
Yeah.
Shy Guy. Sometimes they actually play like a beast, and then other times they try that ice lock stuff, and I just keep erasing them, and they get really. and then Shy Guy gets all mad.
I think the variance is what puts it in C. It just averages out at C. But
Yeah.
All right, the mind
But-
behind the machines.
I don't
Nuion
get mad.
himself.
I just get disappointed in
man.
myself.
I mean, I can't see an argument with Nui being lower than B tier.
And me neither.
Well,
Now the question is,
I
do
think the big
they
decision is,
make
do
their
they-
way up to A
Yeah,
tier?
do
Is
they
the
crack
question.
the future A to S, or are they in B tier?
I think during X-Gen he had a really solid showing with L. They looked very, very strong there.
I
They
gotta
have
say,
a lot of synergy. I think they were the team that had the strongest playing together leveled them up performance.
I
Really
don't see as
interesting.
high variance in him either as I do with a lot of other new players.
Yeah, he's consistent.
He's just solid and he's consistent.
Yeah.
I don't have games where sometimes I can run him over or things like that. He seems to be more consistent. So I would maybe not the top of the future A to S tier. You never know where they'll shake out, but I think they probably deserve to be there.
Yeah, I think Nui's very roughly about where Zemixi is as well. Maybe a little bit better.
I feel
Maybe not. I don't know. It's close for me.
I didn't chime in. I feel like Zemixi has a pretty low floor sometimes. They have high ceilings but low floors.
That's fair.
Like we saw in some of those rounds in the X Gen. I mean, that's
what
tournament play
Levitate will
for
do to
one.
you.
If we're talking pickup play, sure, future A to S tier, but in tournament play, it felt like she crumbled quite badly.
Fair.
Straight up, multiple times, Guinan, I need help. I have these 3 skills in my hand and these skills on my bench. What do I overwrite? While Guinan's trying to 1v2 the other players, he doesn't have time to process all that and direct you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty big.
There's definitely the
issue.
difference. There's two kind of different takes on tournament players. So I guess there's three. There's people that don't change. That's kind of rare. But there's people that do better under pressure and people that do worse under pressure. And I think in a tournament setting, you're right about Zemixi.
Yeah, that was a detail that I forgot about that.
I mean,
that team.
maybe next tournament rolls around and she does much better, which would be great to see. But
Yeah,
based
I mean,
on what
first
evidence
time,
I have, it was a little rough. So if we're gonna have Zemixi there, I think you absolutely have to have a more consistent player like Nguyen.
Okay.
All right.
I'm convinced.
RTS.
Just convinced them randomly in Snow Rise's chat yesterday to hop back on and start playing again because they took a several week break.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened yesterday. They were out and then they got back in. So
do they still only have one arsenal?
I think they had two.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
it's an
go.
improvement. It's like
upgrade.
I
two or
gave
three
him
times
I
as
gave
many.
him that Tiger Strength Twist and Slide deck, and he never looked back.
Yeah, I think we're looking at we're in the C to D area, and I think C is probably if they actually sat down and got more diversified arsenals and practice with them, I think we're looking at C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as it stands right now, though, do you think they are playing at that C level?
I think right in there, really. But man, it's tough. They could be in the down to clown still, just because they've been out for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think if you've only got one arsenal, you're down to clown.
That's fair. That's a strong argument.
Apparently, that's not the case anymore, though. There are allegedly.
That's true. They got two
arsenals.
now. Big upgrade.
Are we even? Well, I guess it'd be harder to judge. Consider how good or not folks are at building an arsenal.
It's weird, right? Because if you can get a vet to just give you an arsenal or two, it's.
But that doesn't mean that you understand it, because there's times oh, don't worry about that. I have a return to nature or something in my deck, right? And that type of stuff, and to leave stuff on your bench. You're like, I'm just gonna leave this Purify on my bench.
Right.
You understand why there are things in there, right?
If he has more than one arsenal, he's where the R is in C tier. But if he only has Tiger Strength for TS,
yeah.
you see where
if RTS, if you're watching, go make an arsenal.
That should be that should be a Snow Rise thing. RTS, go make an arsenal. They'll redeem your points on the stream.
Oh,
for 1,000 channel points, RTS will make an arsenal.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with a split CD, unless you guys want to be definitive.
No, I think that's good.
I like that. Yeah. Sam, you're gonna have to do the heavy lifting on this next one because I have.
Okay. So I played in the Guild War with Inflam. They haven't been playing recently, so they are hypothetically going to go in the AWOL category here. But I do think Inflam played really well. In the surprise, I had not really played with them much. Surprisingly good. I would say similar level to Pakov.
Okay. Do we have tournament footage of Inflam?
There's footage from the Guild Wars with Inflam. But yeah, I don't know that it's from his perspective, but yeah, performed great. Our first team was Sindark and Chikram, and the second team was me and Inflam. And I mean, we just ran him over basically. I think Taupe was on the receiving end of that. What do you think about Inflam? Taupe?
He's.
All right, Toph is gone.
I think Toph fell asleep on us, probably.
Okay. Or his mother's
we could all
taking a
deafen at
sandal
some
to him or
point, and
something.
then somebody could shout really loud. I don't know.
Nah, let him sleep.
We just all send him DMs at the exact same time and see if he can vibrate his phone.
Let's do it.
All right. Hold on.
All right. Just keep spamming it. All right, go.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Hey.
I just sent 8.
I sent 5. Hopefully that works.
I mean, they're going to be so annoyed. It'll pay off anyway. Even if it doesn't wake him
Oh,
up, he's gonna wake up to like 40-some notifications, and that'll still be good enough for me. All right, where are we putting
Yeah.
Inflim? Like, what? Anybody else
Uh,
got Inflim opinions here?
I'm
I-
watching back some old footage and I can't really tell much about this. It looks fine.
I don't think
let's
Doesn't
just
look
go C
bad.
tier. Let's just don't
seems
over.
all
Yeah, there you
right.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go C tier because they're not active right now, so they don't deserve B tier.
Ouch.
You got to come play.
All right,
Play
typical
more.
gamer fat nerd.
Typical gamer fat nerd.
I put them on like the same level as Pippo, but like I think slightly worse again.
You keep saying this, but I'm not placed.
Yeah, Pippo's not on the board, my guy.
Pippo is B tier. So
Fat Nerd early on was showing as like one of the better new players.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because like lack of the veteran training or what exactly, but I feel like some others have pulled ahead of Fat Nerd. So I'm looking at like B, maybe A, but mostly looking at B, I think.
I could agree with
with
that. I feel like he's still kind of memey. I don't think he try hards too much.
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
I would agree with Bregan there. For
I
sure.
don't think he's a try.
I think if he did try hard, he could, crack
Yeah.
that feature A to S. But
Yeah, I
he's
think
solid.
if he were really serious.
Yeah. His combat's definitely solid. Like I've played a bunch of games with him, both 1v1, BR, and tag, and I'm like, I do think he has the potential. Just like I don't know. I really don't know what it would take. Maybe training under a vet. But you can definitely get
All right,
Treat,
let's
aka eat.
let's take treat. I want
Looking
to
at
focus
A tier.
on their play when they weren't with Blazy, because I
I've
feel like
seen-
that when you take some of these people that played in the X Gen and you only look at how they played with that vet when they played a lot with them, it can
Yeah.
skew things. So I want to have people think about when they've played with them, not with Blazy.
So I've done some scrims with Eat, and I've also I've watched footage like a Twitch of her playing, and she made some insane pickups with like using the right like having two different shields and using them back to back in the right order against the right skills to make a very unlikely pickup without taking any damage, and I was very impressed by that. So I can't imagine putting her lower than A tier.
Oh, I marginally agree. I'd put her in like the interim between A and B. Because I noticed a sizable difference in tech play when she was and wasn't playing with Blazy. Not to say that Blazy was the entire thing. She's definitely a very technically solid player.
It's weird. She just like turns a switch on and then she becomes like Super Saiyan mode, and then she turns it back
Pretty
off
much.
and then just crumples like someone running at her with a flame sword. It's like it's weird
Yeah,
how it's like the
interesting.
easy part of the game she can mess up, but then the really hard part she just like pulls it out. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's very, very fascinating. But no, she plays great. She really does. So I wouldn't be opposed to putting her in A tier, but I don't think, especially now that I think she's on hiatus right now, I'm not sure. If she would still be keeping up with the people who we have in A tier already.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
she
my
played
big
a lot.
question is similar with Nuyon. Again, if we're gonna have Zamixi in A tier, which maybe we might have to revisit, how is Treat not in A tier? Like, how do you rate those two against each other? Because right now, I think I would rate Treat slightly higher, but
I would too. Yeah.
it's hard to say.
I mean, I would rate Treat over Zamixi as well. Like if I were taking a duo partner, I think I would take Treat.
Is there anybody here that would rate Zamixi over Treat?
That's crickets.
Everybody,
Yeah,
so
I don't
everybody
know
rates Treat over Zamixi?
I don't know Treat at all.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
So I guess that puts Treat. Do we have to revisit Zamixi then?
I would think about it. Because like if that's how we're gonna view like the gatekeep into A tier, which is kind of how it's been so far, that might be the threshold in terms.
I mean,
of
do we
player.
move Zamixi like this then?
Wouldn't be opposed to that.
That seems reasonable, honestly. Because there's been a lot of like, well, they're better than Zamixi, so they have to go into A tier, and I don't think if we're keep falling back on that as like a criteria, then maybe this is better.
Yeah.
The people that are like overlapping. They're like the guardian to the next tier.
Guardian, the next tier, yeah.
Yeah.
Boss fight territory.
Future A to S tier. Are you better than Zemigzi? Question mark.
Yeah.
That's what the A stands for.
All right. Now we have SurrealSam.
We need to
Convince
delete
Oh,
the
me.
man.
tree. Yeah.
Convince me you're not an emoji tier.
Okay. So my strongest asset is that I'm able to worm my way into being Xanxus' partner consistently. That is my strongest asset.
I'd argue that already puts him in B.
Yeah. You could probably hook a potato up to a controller and Xanxus would make them a B tier player.
Oh no, potatoes.
Yeah. But realistically, I think that I deserve at least the A tier. I mean,
I said you were supposed to convince me. Just be like, I think.
oh,
I'm
okay,
an emoji
okay.
player.
Should we watch back the 14 games that we played 2 nights ago? Would that convince you?
It would.
The
but
one where
gotta
you didn't take a single game on us? But I had Xanxus on my team once again.
That was
to
like
be fair.
Phantom Dust was possessed that night. as
Edit
well.
edit
Like,
that part of the stream.
It was.
I did
Yeah.
watch
It
those
was
back.
pretty nutty. Like, wow.
Yeah, y'all open perfect every time, and Bregan
Yeah,
was
we-
consistently getting screwed.
Just
The very
No,
first Palace game, I was bricked, but Xanxus
that
was
was
just
the
1v2ing
only
you.
game I was gonna say where I felt like we actually had a superior hand out of the entire 14 games. That was the only one I thought that we actually had an advantage.
And then the very final sign game, I also never got enough aura to be able to shoot my Rian into a flash hole. And that was it. The other 12 were immaculate.
I'd go with A to S tier, future A to S tier for Sam.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty solid.
Is there
for me.
anybody that
You
would
know how to
argue
play the
otherwise?
game, and you're creative. So
And I would say also my strongest asset is coming from deck building background. So when we
Yeah.
were building decks with Xanxus, a lot of times I was the one actually building the decks, and then he would just like kind of twist it a little to however he wants to play his half of the 2 decks. So if we're ranking deck making, that's probably my actual strongest asset.
that's what I was getting at. I think you're creative, so the arsenal side of things definitely props you up a bit.
Yeah.
All right, I think we can put him in. A
Would
to
we
S then.
put him above Cringe Fates?
This was the internal monologue I had even before we started putting this idea into motion. Because for me, at least in this tier list, either Sam or Sin are my top 1 and 2. I just don't know which one is 1 and which one is 2 on my end.
Move Dewey down to 7, by the way, because there's someone else coming in that 3rd spot.
I mean, we did. Oh.
That- Move them down further.
Oh, I agree. We can try and rank.
Oh
the
yeah,
top
that's
2
right.
if
I
you
agree
want.
too. I know exactly who's going in that spot.
All right. Let's see. We'll discuss the top 3 then when it comes around to it. Toph, where do we realistically put Toph?
I
B.
think Toph. Okay, there's an argument for B.
I think
I think there's
low B,
also.
maybe.
I think Toph is right on that line with Zemixi. I
I
think
would
Toph has
agree.
potential for A.
Is Toph better than Zemixi? Would you partner with Toph if you had the choice to partner in a tournament with Toph or Zemixi? Who do you take?
I would take Toph.
I might take Toph. Yeah.
I'm serious. Like I would actually take Toph. I think Toph has decent game knowledge. He kind of like gets a little spazzy and freaks out sometime, but like
True.
if he can hold it down and be serious mode Toph, I think that he's an A player. Like when he was playing against Triple, like those were some of the toughest matches. Other than playing against Shadow and Sindark, I think Toph Triple were the toughest matches we had.
Yeah.
So do we
I-
put Toph in A or do we put him?
So it's
T-O-A-F.
Toph better than Chikram for those of you who know them both.
Ooh, that's weird.
I think
That is a
Chikram
weird
was
crossover.
better, but I
Yeah.
don't know about now.
Post hiatus, I think Toph might actually be better. He's been more consistent. Allegedly, he's training under Blazy now. Like that's
Allegedly.
cool to see. That's what he told me, so I'm just going off of him.
Wait, I heard a background noise in Toph's mic.
It sounds
He woke
like
up.
we're putting Toph in B tier, but also telling him he's got some things to work on.
Do we do like the TO?
AF.
Yo, I'm hearing that
AF.
background noise too.
The anime fan in him is B tier. But that one.
That one anime, or that one A tier.
That one A tier.
That
It
one
could've-
awful F tier.
Oh man.
Yeah.
If you rearrange his name, he's A to F.
Kind of wish I put that one top 23 anime fan, but I don't want to type it all now. All right. Pippo, convince me you are not in emoji tier.
I play games sometimes. I know it doesn't seem like it.
Emoji
Oh,
What's
got
it
me
called?
sold. Got me sold already.
What's it called? I was going to play in X-Gen, and then we had some connection issues that lasted 2 rounds. So Snowrise and I decided.
Yeah, but you signed up with Snowrise. Like, if that's your decision making right there, like if that's your example
That
you're
was
going
not
with,
my decision
he
making.
decided to sign up with Snowrise.
That's an example of like
that's a knock against you, my friend.
So
lacking
here's the thing.
cognitively.
Right? Wow. Okay.
No.
So
well, deciding.
So originally, when Esper offered it, and Snowrise was there as well, so he knows the story. What's it called? I was also offered to join Mario's team, not knowing he already had a partner. And apparently he did. And then so I was like, okay, because the next best bet I have is Snowrise, so I'm gonna go with Snowrise. And afterwards, it was turned out that Mario's partner kind of dipped. And I was like, shit, well, I'm already in now. I might as well just stay here and develop some synergy or something like that.
Oh man, I wish that you played with Mario. That would have been sick.
That would have been interesting. I do sometimes wonder what that would have been like.
Because I mean, he was kind of dragging RTS's corpse through that tournament, and I would have, if you'd been playing, you would have been some stiff competition.
Yeah, that would have been nice, I thought. But despite anything, like, no matter how that would have gone, connection issues kind of screwed that day. But since then, I've been not so much on the tournament side of things, but definitely picking up games, consistently winning against new players that come in. Obviously, that's not anything to write home about. But especially in BR lobbies where you're getting double, triple teamed at the same time, I've been trying to temper my expectations and especially my stress, dealing with multiple opponents at once, because that was something I really got frustrated by when I first started playing the game. I figured, like, what better way to do that in other than the environment where things feel the most unfair? I see I'm already there, and that's where I'm staying. Dang.
OG tier
but
with
I've
caps. I mean,
I've
bold.
I've scrimmed with Fat Nerd, been able to consistently beat him. I've yet to scrim with Chikram, just because of connection issues and also time zone differences. I was able to, when we were training with Eaton Blazy, pre-X-Gen, Snowrise and I were taking some games off of them, but not a ton. And I don't know if that necessarily was the difference between me and Treat or the difference between Blazy and Snowrise.
Oh, I tell you now, it's Snowrise.
I was about to say, I'm not going to say anything,
I'll tell you
but
now,
leave
it's
the...
Snowrise. No, I'm mostly kidding.
I'll leave the...
I would say Blazy is a better player than Snowrise.
Yeah.
By
So
a
I'll leave the
non-insignificant
difference in
margin.
those teams for that. I've played with Sam. We both kind of know where we are in terms of things. He would put me below him. I'd put him above me. That's definitely the case. But I don't think he'd put me anywhere remotely lower than B tier.
All
I
right,
think he would agree with me there.
let's go down the list. Ghost Doctor, where do you put him?
I'm looking at some of the other names on the list, and I've played some with Fat Nerd and also with Pippo, and I think Pippo might be better than Fat Nerd.
But better enough
Yeah,
to make
I
the
agree.
next tier, or would you put him in?
No, I think he's probably in between Fat Nerd and Chikram.
I would put him. I think he's better than Fat Nerd, Shinbly, Chikram, Toph, and Zamixi.
I
So
know. I
you
definitely
would
know
put
he's,
him in?
he's
Yeah,
better
I
than
guess-
Shinbly and Fat Nerd.
I forget that Toph was split into A tier. I don't agree with that, but you're better than Toph for sure. If we're gonna put Toph split between A and B, then I think you're easily above Toph in the A and B split also.
All right. Poe.
Like even if I were picking teammates between Pippo and Nui, I think I would take Pippo over Nui.
Interesting.
Okay,
curious,
so it
what's
sounds
your-
like
what's your
people
reasoning
are
behind
are wanting to put him in A tier, but nobody's saying it. Are we putting Pippo in A tier?
My vote is full A tier, not a split A tier.
I would say split A tier, but that's just because I played Pippo a lot, and sometimes like I do it too. He fucking throws sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he definitely goofs about. He's got a little bit down to clown in him.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen Nuion play like once or twice.
Well,
I
I'll
think
I'll at
Pippo-
least say this. I agree he's better than Toph. So if we're as a group saying Toph is a split, then Pippo's an A. Just doing
All
it
right.
relative.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let me fix this.
I like how it's the Mixie gets to stay higher though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've
Mixie
played
remains.
Mixie a lot, Pippo. I remember. I think you played them, right?
Like early days,
I
like
just
when we were
haven't
still
been
doing
bothering to
DRs
move
week
people
one.
down, especially if they're split.
Yeah, you can fix that up later.
There we
but
go.
All
The
right.
splits will obviously be in the bottom of their tier.
Yeah, eventually.
Cosmo.
We already have him there.
Yeah.
I
He's an
haven't. We haven't
emoji.
discussed him though.
Oh.
Fair enough. Okay. Realistically, I don't think he's.
I have
tier.
never played with someone who gets more mad
Yeah.
than him,
That's true.
and he's terrible once he starts popping off.
Yeah, it's interesting. I told Legacy, who's one of the new players that we ranked on here, that he is the least hostile of the new players I've played with, and that is purely because of Cosmo and arguably IcePhoenix.
Hey,
yeah,
hey.
you might be close second.
No.
Not to say that
No,
either of
no.
them play terrible.
I
It's just
no.
I'm trying to remember because
may
I have
disagree.
trouble remembering who everybody is with all the new ones. Is Cosmo the one that has like only one line anytime somebody comes to his base and he says something that's like, "Could you not do that, please?" or something, or "Could you not?"
Yeah, that's Cosmo. I think
Yeah,
that's Cosmo.
that's Cosmo, right? He has
Yeah,
like
he's
Yeah.
also known
one
as Dude
line.
Man in the Discord.
He's like a fucking real life NPC. Like every time you click on him, can it wait a minute? I'm in the middle of some calibrations right now.
Think it'll rain?
oh man.
All right, so does he escape emoji tier, or does he stay?
Oh,
I think we know the answer to that.
Can
when I saw
anybody
us
put
playing
him higher?
X-Gen,
Let me ask
I
you
was
this:
playing
if we
X-Gen,
end the stream with no one in emoji tier, did we do our job?
I mean,
I've played Cosmo. Cosmo is like,
Okay.
yeah.
Can we
Fair
have a
enough.
tier with no one in it? First off, and I think the answer to that is no. And then, is there anyone other than Cosmo that deserves that spot more?
I don't think so. I don't.
The emoji
Wait.
tier throne can go to Cosmo, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm in agreement.
Toph puts a lot of emojis in Discord.
That's true. We could put Toph there.
Toph has emoji tier in his blood as well. That's, I think, why he's
Yeah.
split. Wait, where did he go? Oh, he's down there.
Bregan's rewriting.
Nice.
Oh,
I like
he's
it.
putting the other half in emoji.
I like it.
He's a little memester. He's a little guy. He's a little joke man.
I like that split better.
That split makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the true dichotomy.
We're playing 4D chess now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, seeing Cosmo play in the X-Gen with Light Spectre. Again, I don't know if it's necessarily a question of the new player or the vet when it came to the overall efficacy of that team. But I mean, there were things where it came to like the health lowering arsenals, like using Fire of Gehenna into like lingering frame and agonies of death, that sort of stuff. That maybe were questionable to bring into that sort of situation. But I think
he was kind of not pliable with his strategies because like that's what he likes to do in rando battle royale nonsense, and he brought that same stuff to the tournaments.
right.
So I think that's kind of like inflexibility in play style.
Yeah. Especially when you have a partner who may not be like they've played before, obviously, but hasn't been in it for a while and is now getting back into now a competitive scene. If you want to be helping your partner out, that's not necessarily the thing you want to be doing unless you really have a good grasp on landing those attacks.
Yeah.
All right. We'll save Ghost Doctor for last so we can start that conversation. But let's do IcePhoenix next. I've only played with him once or twice, so I kind of hands off on that one.
Oh no, I'm
Alright.
thinking emoji.
No, Pippo. No.
Well,
I've beaten you
guess I
so
should
many
direct it
times.
at him because I did it to everybody else. Convince me
So
about an
I
emoji
see
tier,
Phoenix.
IcePhoenix.
I see
probably
you as
put-
a B tier, and
Yeah.
if you think you're higher,
No.
what would be the?
Well, so I've played Pippo a lot. I've played Shimbly and Fat Nerd. We've done like 2v2s a lot. I'd
He is
say,
able to take games off. Yeah.
yeah, I win against Shimbly and Fat Nerd. I definitely think I'm better than Shimbly. I'm not necessarily sure about Fat Nerd, so I think I'm definitely in B tier. I don't know
Top
about A
B,
tier. A tier
upper
maybe. I
B.
think I'm better than Toph, but besides that, yeah. And then there's like
Yeah, I actually I don't between you and Toph. I know I've played both of you, but I haven't seen you both in the same game before. That would be
no, I haven't. I
that would
haven't
be
played
entertaining, actually.
Actually, yeah. If we got Toph still here, we can run
Actually,
that.
wait.
We can
Can
run
we
that
get
simulation.
Toph, Cosmo, Phoenix, and we need like one more.
No, I don't want to play Cosmo.
Yeah. No, I need it. Okay.
It's
Look,
for
let me
science.
explain it this way. All right, I definitely think I'm better at the game than Cosmo. But if I were to
Okay.
ever throw hard enough to lose to him, I could never live it down.
I don't think you're gonna lose to him. I just want to watch what happens.
Yeah.
I think my fourth that I would throw in there is Jesse.
Or Chikram.
He's almost. Oh, Chikram would be good too.
I play Jesse a lot. Jesse,
Jesse's
Just
almost
not
as
on
good at
highway.
building himself
Jesse,
up as
but
I am,
they're
so
really good.
it would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we have to arrange that now. We gotta find a
That's
time where
gotta
all
be an
four of you are
exhibition
online.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm free most times. Yeah.
So what's the game
Oh.
mode? Are we doing 2v2 round robin, or are we doing like what or battle royale? What's happening?
Oh, if we're gonna be doing like a
Annihilate
serious
the odd
match,
one.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Oh boy.
Phoenix is gonna be the odd one against Toph and Cosmo.
Oh, you know what? No. I got one better. Special environment.
Yes.
Because they would all be
Oh,
complaining
please.
constantly about the next Enviro every single
Yeah.
time.
I will say there's consistently, and part of this I think is played up for like laughs and stuff, which I get. But I've never seen a single person who blames more like L's on the game than Ice.
it is the game. It is the game. No.
Okay,
I play it up.
Can I say the most fun I've ever had on City is
No, don't talk
Ice.
about
One of
that.
the matches I was playing, where I kept getting you like hit by the
No.
trash for like 8
No,
damage
no.
each, and then
No.
the game ender was you fell off the map for the rest of the damage.
Look,
It's like two
you
rounds of
that's funny?
trash, and you were
That's
down.
not the
You
worst
think
City
that's
run
funny?
he's
That's not the
had.
worst one.
That's
Dude,
not the worst one. We had a
do you
tag
wanna-
lobby where it was I think it was me and Jesse versus Ice and Ventogs who
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty
it
new
was
to the Discord.
bad.
And
I
it
had
was
a fu-
just laser spam on City, and after a while he just got sick of it and was like, "We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back." And
Oh,
we ran
God.
it back.
The
We ended up
salty
running it
runbacks.
back 12 times.
It was 14. It was 14.
Sorry, 14 times. My bad.
It honestly
Uh,
felt like the map hates you. I'll agree
It
with him
does.
there.
I don't know
Before
how
the
many
match
times.
starts, he says, "City fucking hates me. The trash won't go for anyone else." And that match, I felt so safe. Like for real, it was true.
God, City
He's a
is the
magnet.
worst map in the entire game. All right,
Trash
So
magnet.
are we confident?
Yeah.
Are we comfortable with IcePhoenix B tier?
Well,
I am.
one thing I do think I do really well are manuals. I like to think I'm like a
His
manual
manuals
god.
are kind of crazy. I will say that his are surprisingly good.
He's the Xanxus of B tier.
It's the
Whatever
only
that
thing
means.
saving
Oh.
him from emoji tier.
Good manuals is a bit of an advanced skill. Does that belong out of B tier? Is there enough about him that drags him down?
I
When
think
he
one thing
started
that is
emoji.
like my defense plays sometimes aren't the best. Other times they're pretty good, but it's sort
I
of
see.
inconsistent with the defenses. In terms of attacks and stuff like that, I like to think I'm pretty decent at it. I'm pretty decent at like faking it out and then manualing it, that sort of thing.
So you're kind
Yeah.
of lopsided.
Yeah, I think where my weaknesses are is in defenses. So I get hit a lot, and then trash always fucks me at every moment. I don't know how many times, like but whatever. Not salty,
Gotcha.
No, never.
dude. That City game 14 times. Holy shit,
That's a lot.
it was pretty bad. The 3 games in, I was pretty tilted already. 14 games in, holy shit. But yeah, I think I'm probably like high B tier, something like that. I'm not as good as Pippo, but I think I can still win against Pippo.
Yeah, you can take those
Alright.
with me.
All right. Last one. Ghost Doctor.
Ghost Doctor.
Is there anybody who wants to argue that he's not future 8S tier? I'm recently a
Wait,
believer.
wait. No,
myself.
I had to argue my way out of fucking emoji tier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ghost
we
Doctor,
all had to do our work.
Yeah, come on.
Ghost Doctor, why are you not emoji tier?
I am not emoji tier, because I've got some creativity on the Arsenal side. I know the skills in the game and what they do, what they're used for.
Well, you're already better
Ooh.
than Affin then.
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible on how I need to play based on who my teammate is, or making adjustments and that sort of thing. And I understand like the technical aspects of the game. I'm pretty I don't want to say I'm aware of my surroundings when I'm playing tag. So I'm not often getting shot in the back when I'm locked on an opponent. Pretty comfortable with playing without lock for extended periods. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I was gonna say in week 1 I was partnered with Sharky. And so the other thing is I stay pretty calm under pressure. So my decision making isn't usually like rattled or shaken based on what's going on. Most of that series, Sharky was kind of getting tilted or a little bit upset, but I was able to talk him through what we needed to do to pull some of those games, and so we wound up with a win in some scenarios where it didn't feel like we were going to win at first.
Okay. All right, everybody else then. Are we comfortable with the future A to S, or is there people that are going to argue against it?
I played with him. I had no idea who he was like 3 or 4 weeks ago because we'd never played together, and he had surprisingly good defenses for like a random battle royale person that I had just encountered compared to like what I usually expect. And then I was telling Xanxus and some other people about this guy called Go Yoshi Go, and I was like, I don't think he's on the Discord, but it's because we have a different name here. Uh, and yeah, they were like, oh yeah, he's pretty good, or they're like, I haven't heard of him, but I'm gonna play with him now, and it's been confirmed he's pretty good. I'm going A to S tier. That number 3 spot is his.
Is there anybody that would argue against future A to S tier?
I don't know if I would argue against it, but Ghost Doctor, I've played you, right? I think I've played you like 3 times.
Yeah, we played like 2 days, I think, but we probably ran an hour or more.
Yeah.
During those.
Well, I don't know if I've played you long enough to really get a feel for how well you played. But from what I do remember, I won like once, and then you won the other time. I think that was it.
Yeah, I know you hated Jackpot on Highway.
Yeah, I remember that
a lot. So that
shit was funny.
Stays. Yeah.
I remember you did the optimize and then the Jackpot stuff. That was really funny. I remember that deck. That deck was hilarious. Yeah.
When I do it, people hate it, but apparently when you do it, people think it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's because Ghost Doctor tells some good jokes about it, you know? Surreal, you just make me tilted when you do it.
That's true.
You gotta up your stand-up game, I guess.
You double down on the tilt when they run to stop you from jackpotting, and you photon burst them off from that.
Some skills require a certain amount of karma before you can use them.
Got it. I didn't do all the side quests first.
Yep.
So I put in a little divider there because I feel like there's a pretty clear top 3 for me right now when it comes to all the new players. And so for saying future A to S tier, I would put the others as future A, and then those as the ones that have the potential right now. There could be some things that change or over time, or maybe somebody figures out something new, or maybe somebody was playing on an Xbox and they switch over to playing on PC, and suddenly they just the frame rate lag isn't as bad for them and they play a lot better. Things can change, but right now I see that as kind of my top 3 that have the potential that could reach an S tier. So let's try and, I guess, power rank that top 3 then. Who do you think takes the top spot? Cringe Fates, SurrealSam, or Ghost Doctor? And I know we've got 2 of you in here, so that makes it a little bit tougher.
Self-disclosure here is I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to. But I'm planning to be on more. So that probably holds me back a little bit compared to I think Sam's been on a ton. So
honestly, sorry to interrupt, but I mean, both of you are in here right now. You could just play a match, see what happens.
We played a bunch of 1v1s. Like last night.
we wind up both. So our one-on-ones feel really even.
Really even, like coin flippy.
Basically, we wind up getting to a point where like there's the one-on-one fatigue where it's like, okay, yeah, I know you're good enough at the game where I'm not going to hit you with this bullshit thing I'm trying to do. And you know I'm good enough at the game where you're not going to hit me with that bullshit thing you're going to do.
Yeah,
so we
they
just
didn't
start
have like
goofing
crafted
off.
1v1 arsenals, so
Yeah. So it's just kind of it's like
Um,
serious for a few minutes and then it's goofing off. So
Yeah, we were to the point where I was trying to Tiger Strength, Well, no, I was trying to Tiger Strength, pressure, Psycho Spear, Gravity Press him. That's the point where we got to. Um,
yeah.
but what was I gonna say? I just first off, I'm not a fan of 1v1 as a format generally. So 1v1s just don't do it for me. I'm like a duos player all the way. Halo 3, I played ranked doubles. League of Legends, I play bottom lane and support. I don't mess around with the 1v1 stuff. I don't have the
Fair enough.
patience for it.
So I don't know.
Like-
I think between me and you, I'd have trouble putting us like ahead of one another. It's my like deciding factor is just going to be, hey, you've had more experience with vets than I have, and you seem to have more time to play than I do. So just given time, you'd probably be ahead.
Yeah, I mean, working with Xenxus was really helpful. Also, another thing that's, I think your defensive play is probably better than mine. I think that there's some other things that maybe like I don't know. There's some other je ne sais quoi like that I think would maybe give me an edge as well. But the another difference is that you also don't have Nui's app, and I do. I have like 45 arsenals at one time, and you have 16.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I have like arsenals for each like duo parent. I have like versions where it's like memory lapse and I'm the one hanging it, or memory lapse and they're the one hanging it, like that type of stuff. So like I have different sides of the same Enviro decks. So that's like a ton of potential things that I could pull out that I think you wouldn't be able to. And I think that if you got that app, then it would be helpful for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But no pressure to conform or whatever.
I'm shocked you're like in the A to S tier and you don't have the app. I remember Pippo didn't for so long until I finally convinced him.
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason to for a while, and then I was just like, I want to experiment now.
I'm getting a lot of push to do it, and I might.
I don't
Some
know,
guy
guy.
is kinda just
so we've
showing the
got
chat.
we've got these two that seem to think they're fairly dead even.
Yeah, it's
but
sort of what it feels like.
where do we put Cringe Fates in there?
Okay.
Below, also dead even?
My thing was like when I was ranking them, I mean, it might just be recency too because I haven't played Ghost Doctor in a minute. But I thought the top two was definitely between Sam and Sin. I mean, not just for him being Xanxus's part. I might give that to Sam being the first, and I would probably put it as Sam, Sin, Ghost. But again, that might just be like not having experienced Ghost in a while.
What about you, ShyGuy?
They are muted.
Sorry. We're talking about Sin, right? We're talking about Sin, right?
We're talking about
talking about
Sin,
the top
Sam,
three.
and Ghost Doctor, the top three. How would you rank them?
All right. So, I think I've definitely played. Okay, well, maybe not definitely, but I'm pretty sure I played Sin before, and he was pretty good when I played him. I haven't really played him like often enough to know like for sure, but I'd say that. Well, I definitely say that he's at least probably A to S tier, maybe.
Oh, we're talking about
Yeah.
like how good those three people are relative to each other. So like, if you had to pick between Dark Fates, SurrealSam, and Ghost Doctor, who is your number one newbie? Who's your number two? Who's your number three?
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well,
Remember, first place gets a $20 gift card.
I'd probably pick Sin first as for my number one, probably. Maybe. I mean, he was the one. He was like one of the ones that like I think either won it or either won the X Gen tournament or like got pretty close to it. And I think that's a mark of that has to be like a mark of a pretty decent player. Not probably no more than decent probably. Yeah, that's what I think. After that, I guess I'd go with Sam after that. Probably. He definitely kick. He can definitely kick my ass. That's for sure. Yeah, I played him today. I'm pretty sure.
Probably beat him in a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know who this is now.
Are you good?
All right,
Now I
let's
know who this is.
see. IcePhoenix, how do you rate the top three?
I think I've played against in Dark Fates like once or twice. Ghost Doctor 2, SurrealSam, I think I've played the most with out of all of them.
All right, can we?
I think I. Oh, go ahead.
Can we?
Can we
Or
let
Bregan, can you please
IcePhoenix
kick this
finish?
person? Thank you.
They
All right.
left them.
Anyway, yeah, I think my order would be Ghost Doctor, Surreal, then Fates. But yeah, I think I'd probably put it at that.
So you said Surreal, Ghost Doctor, and then Sin?
No. Ghost Doctor, Surreal, then Sin.
Oh,
Ghost Doctor, Surreal.
Actually, never mind. Surreal, then Ghost, then Sin. Not thinking more about how he has like 45 arsenals. He's got way more. He knows.
apparently,
he's got,
all
like,
it takes to impress you is build more arsenals.
I think
I have a lot of arsenals.
the je ne sais quoi that I was referencing earlier might be duo, like synergy and communication with the partner. I think that might be like the X factor that I have.
Yeah, that's where I would agree.
That's what I was thinking. Is your time with actual tag partners is a lot more than mine. I'm
Toph is
very
snoring.
new at tag.
Generally, though, I also think
Just,
people
just
who know how to
everybody
build
shut up
decks.
for a second. Toph is snoring.
Wait, what?
Be quiet.
Holy shit!
So that we have
It's
this
on stream.
stream.
Hey, can you turn him to 200 volume, Bregan?
Yeah, everybody shut up. Dance, monkey!
He's not gonna do it now.
There it goes.
The classic.
Oh
All right, well, it's on stream. We get Eternal now.
Someone clip that and ping him, please.
That one sleepy
He's gonna wake
guy.
up to 45 DMs in that clip.
Okay.
B tier.
Oh,
All right. I think we more or less have come to mostly a consensus. It doesn't seem like a clear order on the top three, but most people seem to have Sin at the top, Sam second, and Ghost Doctor. But I think it's all fairly close and interchangeable there.
Yeah, I think if you did a Venn diagram, Sam and I are hitting different aspects of it.
Yeah, Sam has
Yeah.
45 arsenals. You know,
Yeah,
it's kind of a big deal.
he's got more tag experience, more variety in arsenals.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm kind of lacking in that coordination.
do we have anything final we want to touch on, or does that bring this to a close mostly?
I guess my only question is for anyone who's played Chikram and played me, who do you think is better?
Haven't
I
played
can't
you
get
enough,
a game
but
against Chikram.
I
played
can't get a
Chikram in a
game against
while.
Chikram either.
I haven't played Chikram at all, so I'm kind of curious because I
I-
want to play them now.
I haven't played you a ton. I've played you a little bit, but I would reflexively say Chikram.
I'm also leaning Chikram.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm curious. I kind of want to play Chikram now. I want to see like how good they are.
IcePhoenix is like
Be
looking
here
at
in
this
the
list,
morning.
like, who do I gotta beat to move up one place?
Yeah.
Allegedly,
I think it's
you know
less
what's-
that, and it's more I'm
Tophin's a
curious
Nixie.
like who's on like near the same level as me. That's what I'm curious about. Like Pippo, I know
That's
can
the
play better,
attitude
but
that's
then
gonna get you an A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can start beating Pippo, you're definitely gonna get into A tier.
well,
If you-
I have. I don't know if it's necessarily consistent yet.
No, it's
The,
I'm
the
still
kissing
definitely winning more games
ASS
than
tier.
him.
More snoring. I'm here for it. All right.
Yes.
Last call. Last call. All right. I think that does it for us. We'll call the end of the recording here. Thanks anyone who's tuned in live, and we'll put this up tomorrow. So anybody who wants to watch the recording, thanks again.